The NFL teams with the most to prove in 2024. Every year, all 32 teams come in with their own set of expectations, and this year is no different. Some are gearing up for a serious postseason run, while others are in rebuild mode. So, let's break down 4 teams with the most to prove this season. And by most to prove, we mean they have the most to prove based on where their expectations are heading into the year. First up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Philly fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Eagles reached the Super Bowl in the 2022 season and started out with an impressive 10-1 record in 2023. But then, things took a nosedive. They went 1-5 in their final 6 regular season games and got blown out by 23 points in the wildcard round of the playoffs. That's a tough pill to swallow for a team that looked like a potential Super Bowl champion for 2 straight seasons. Philly lost 6 of their final 7 games last year. The lone win was over the New York Giants on Christmas Day, and even that was against a very banged-up Giants team. We're talking about a team that had Tyrod Taylor and Tommy DeVito at quarterback. The Eagles' collapse down the stretch was shocking because, at times during the 2022 and 2023 seasons, they looked destined to be Super Bowl champions, maybe even multiple times over. So, heading into 2024, the Eagles have a lot to prove. Can they bounce back and live up to their potential, or will they falter again under pressure? Next, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, the Cowboys are always a hot topic, but for good reason. Every year the hype is real, and the expectations are sky high. But the last few seasons have been a roller coaster. They've had moments of brilliance, but when it comes to the playoffs, they just can't seem to get over the hump. In 2023, they had a solid regular season but fell short in the postseason again. With Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and that star-studded roster, the Cowboys need to prove they can be consistent and perform when it matters most. Can they finally break through and make a deep playoff run in 2024? Moving on, we have the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners have been a team of ups and downs. They've dealt with a lot of injuries, and while they've shown flashes of being a top contender, consistency has been an issue. In 2023, they had a promising start, but injuries and inconsistent play derailed their season. With a roster that includes stars like George Kittle and Nick Bosa, the 49ers have the talent to be great. But can they stay healthy and put it all together for a full season? 2024 is a crucial year for them to prove they can be a dominant force in the NFL. Finally, let's not forget about the New York Jets. The Jets have been in rebuild mode for what feels like forever. But there's a glimmer of hope. They've made some significant moves in the offseason, and the addition of some key players has fans excited. In 2023, they showed some signs of improvement, but they still have a long way to go. For the Jets, 2024 is all about proving that they're on the right track and can compete with the best. Can they finally turn things around and give their long-suffering fans something to cheer about? The Philadelphia Eagles started the year on fire with a 5-0 record. They took down future playoff teams like Tampa Bay and Los Angeles. They kept that momentum going, beating teams like the Dolphins, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Bills, reaching a stellar 10-1 start. There was a ton of buzz around the Eagles, especially their head coach, Nick Sirianni. Sirianni has never been shy in the media. Remember when he said about the tush push, if everybody could do it, everybody would do it? That quote got a lot of attention. Sirianni's confidence and outspokenness brought a lot of unnecessary attention to the team. And when the Eagles collapsed at the end of the season, it wasn't a good look. They lost 23-0 at home to the 49ers and then got crushed by 20 points to their rivals, the Cowboys. Those losses were hard to watch. But it wasn't just Sirianni. Offensive coordinator Brian Johnson and defensive coordinator Sean Desai had their issues too. Take the Cardinals game, for example. Arizona ran for over 220 yards. It was clear early on it was going to be a long day. On a 3rd and 6, the Cardinals ran an orbit motion screen. Avonte Maddox followed Rondale Moore, and Reed Blankenship should have closed the gap. Instead, Kyler Murray found the open space and made an easy throw for a 7-yard gain. Even linebacker Nicholas Morrow was out of position. The Philadelphia Eagles started strong with a 5-0 record, taking down teams like Tampa Bay and Los Angeles. They continued their winning streak by defeating the Dolphins, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Bills, reaching an impressive 10-1 start. Nick Sirianni, known for his outspokenness, once quipped about the tush push, if everybody could do it, everybody would do it, drawing considerable attention to himself. However, as the season progressed, the Eagles faced a stark decline. They suffered a humiliating 23-0 loss to the 49ers at home, followed by a crushing 20-point defeat against their rivals, the Cowboys. Both losses exposed significant flaws. Offensive coordinator Brian Johnson and defensive coordinator Sean Desai also faced criticism. In a pivotal moment against the Cardinals, confusion reigned as defensive breakdowns allowed over 220 rushing yards. On a crucial third down, errors in communication left gaps exploited by Arizona's offense. These issues characterized the Eagles' second half of the season, a period marred by dysfunction and inconsistency. Heading into 2024, they must rectify these lapses to regain their footing. The Eagles are unquestionably one of the teams with the most to prove next season. Their performance and how they address these challenges will be closely watched. The NFL Draft is more than just a yearly event. It's the foundation on which teams build their futures. Today, we're diving into the strategies of two teams, starting with the New York Jets. The Jets, often in the spotlight for potential Aaron Rodgers connections, are more than just a single player. They've built success through the draft, showcasing a pattern of solid picks over recent years. In 2022, their draft haul, Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, and Breece Hall, could arguably be one of the best in recent memory, setting a new standard for draft excellence. Similar to the Detroit Lions, who came close to their first Super Bowl last season, the Jets face a pivotal year. Their success hinges on nurturing these talents across all positions. In Detroit's case, or the Jets' 2022 class, there's never been a better opportunity for the Jets to win a Super Bowl than this year. The reason? Aaron Rodgers, at 40, faces the inevitable decline typical of quarterbacks post-age 40. Contrastingly, the Jets' 2022 class, like S. Gardner, are already two-time first-team All-Pros, hitting their prime years earlier in their careers. While Breece Hall plays a position with a shorter prime, his impact is still significant. With aging veterans like Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses not expected to play full seasons, this year is pivotal for the Jets. They've endured two frustrating seasons with subpar quarterback play, despite standout performances from S. Gardner, Quinnen Williams, and CJ Mosley. As of now, Aaron Rodgers' absence from mandatory minicamp due to personal reasons reflects avoidable distractions. With the head coach and GM's jobs on the line, the Jets have a lot to prove. While Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas return despite a losing record, it's time for results, ending their decade-long playoff drought. From the Big Apple to the Big A, the Falcons face a similar challenge. Despite their talent, they lacked a quarterback to propel them to the next level, signing Kirk Cousins to boost their offense. Cousins was on track for a stellar season before injury, hinting at playoff potential with solid performance. However, the Falcons complicated matters by drafting Michael Penix Jr. shortly after signing Cousins to a substantial contract. This move adds pressure for immediate results in 2024, with little room for error. While Penix's potential is promising, it's a high-stakes gamble. In Cleveland, the 2023 Browns showed promise amidst ups and downs. Joe Flacco's tenure sparked excitement, despite challenges with injuries and an aging roster. Now, with higher expectations and a healthier lineup, the Browns aim for a division title and playoff success. The AFC North poses a formidable challenge, facing rivals like the Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers 6 times. For Kevin Stefanski, it's a pivotal season to prove the Browns' talent and consistency. With stars like Myles Garrett and Deshaun Watson, the pressure is on to perform. Will Watson return to top form, leading the Browns to playoff glory? That's the question defining their 2024 campaign. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section.